Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I don't know. This one was supposed to be before the one I think that I'm posting now, but it doesn't matter. I'll just do this 1 second. In today's video, we'll be on r/amitheasshole. I tried looking for some juicy ones. These are about the juiciest I could find. I'm not too well diversed on Reddit. This one I see right here. Am I the asshole for punishing my foster daughter for telling the authorities my 12-year-old daughter was taking drugs? I, 34 female, have been looking after my foster daughter, Mary, 13 female, for over a year. First off, I don't know why you need to put female if she's your daughter. I mean, I think that's self-explanatory, but you know, sometimes people don't understand that part. So, whatever. For over a year, ever since her parents overdosed on drugs. I also have a biological daughter, Lila, 12, female. Again, I don't know why they need the F there, but whatever. Mary and Lila mostly get along, although there have been some minor arguments. A few weeks ago, the police came to Lila's school. Someone had sent an anonymous message to the school saying that Lila was in possession of drugs. After searching through her phone, locker, and bag, they realized that the drugs in question were Skittles that Lila had laying around in her bag, accidentally ripping open the package. Lila was terrified of the police and was traumatized by the incident. She's a very shy, quiet girl who had a panic attack at the thought of being sent to prison. While they wouldn't reveal who, I'm so sorry for that. I might just cut that part out, but I don't know. It wouldn't reveal who told on her. Lila suspected that it was Mary, since she was the only one who could have seen the Skittles in her bag. Mary denied this at first, but eventually she snapped under pressure and admitted it. She said she made a mistake and was scared that Lila would overdose like her parents. I know that Mary has trauma related to drugs, but that's no excuse. That's not an excuse. I've made it very clear that she can come talk to me about anything, even if it involves Lila. And yet she went to school instead of telling me first. Mary said that she only went to the school in case I was biased towards Lila. She knew full well the legal ramifications of her actions. Both of them could have potentially been removed from my care. Okay, so first off, this is a little bit more, but I just want to add my own opinion first. But first off, I would have checked the bag. If I was Mary, I would have checked the bag more. How are you gonna suspect your, foster sister that she's on drugs, but you're not even sure if she's on drugs? I mean, this Skittles, bro. Skittles and drugs are completely different. So if I had a sneaking suspicion someone was on drugs, I would try my best to make sure I know for 100%. I get why she called the police. Sure, whatever. Do you have a reason? Sure, why not? I mean, you're afraid that your foster sister was taking drugs. Man, I don't know why y'all don't know my videos, bro. But you're afraid that she was taking drugs. Yeah, I get it. Whatever. That's still not a reason to call the police and possibly ruin someone's life behind it over it. What if, for example, she just had a bag of flour or sugar. The cops didn't test it for cocaine, and they just arrested her. Well, now you just got someone arrested, which is very messed up. Let's see what else. Yeah, again, why go to the school without going to... I mean, I can see where she's coming from again. That, yeah, it is her biological daughter, so that she would be more biased. But at least go to her first. And if that didn't work out, go behind her back and then go to the school. I am not advertising for anybody to do this to their foster sibling or their real siblings. Because this is a very messed up situation. Especially for, they were, 13? 12 and 13? Yeah. When I was 12 and 13, the thought of having the cops on me scared me enough not to act up, or not to act up in front of adults. So I get why the mother is mad. She has every right to be mad. But I mean, the daughter also had, or the foster one. The foster daughter has, I guess, some reason to do it. Not really. I can't really see why, like, be on her side. Okay. I can't help but think her intentions are malicious. Skittles look absolutely nothing like drugs. That's what I literally just said. Skittles look nothing like drugs. How do they look like drugs? I want to know what drugs they look like, because I am curious now to know what drugs they look like. But, you know, to each their own, right? She didn't even talk to me or Layla about it. She went straight to the authorities. Yeah, again, that's where she messed up. So I decided to ground her, stop her allowance, increase her chores, and take away her electronics for the entire summer. She's still upset with me for this, saying I went too far and I was punishing her for having trauma and trying to do the right thing. But I feel like I have a duty to teach her, and that is not okay to potentially get our entire family into legal trouble over a misunderstanding. Am I the asshole? Edit. The reason I thought she had malicious intent was because the week before, Mary coincidentally started a large argument with Layla for hanging out with Mary's crush. Layla eats candy all the time, especially Skittles, and Mary knows that Skittles are her favorite. I don't think so, because as a mother, you were just doing what you're supposed to do, and that's fine. I'm sorry if you guys heard a dog barking in the background. That is my family's dog. Very loud all the time. But yeah. Here's another one. Am I the asshole for telling my son about his dad's history of drug abuse? I've been with my husband for 27 years, married young. We have two sons, 25 and 23. 3 years ago, the youngest had hooked up with a girl and got involved in the wrong crowd. He did drugs for 6 months until he came back home asking for help. He got clean, all on his own, finished his bachelor's, and now works full-time with an incredible company. Yesterday, I arrived home to my husband screaming at my youngest. Husband says he's back on drugs as he's setting up a drug test. He tells our son to come in the kitchen to pee in the cup. My son said no, because he wasn't going to do it in front of us like that. I told him, take it to the bathroom. My husband, oh, great thinking. Now he can dump some fake piss in the cup. Test came out negative. Husband stormed off. I asked my son what happened. He got home from work, went to a store called Home Goods, and drove down the street to Walmart. As he was walking inside, his dad called him, wanting to know why he wasn't home yet, where he was, who he was with. My son explained, I went to the store. Mom likes to get her a gift. And now I'm in Walmart getting her a card for Mother's Day. My husband, you were supposed to be home an hour ago. How long does it take to pick out a card? What are you really up to? Son said he had a bad panic attack because his dad made him feel like he was doing something bad. He had to leave the store and couldn't even buy anything. So far, it's just the dad. He's being a douche. Not gonna lie, like the dad's the asshole out of everybody here. The son, I mean, if you did drugs for 6 months, it depends on like what you did. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you did meth for 6 months, I could understand why the dad would be like mad. But I'm assuming he did coke. This is only because, like, you know, most people who are in college or college age hook up with people who get in the wrong crowd and do coke. That's a lot of college students usually do coke. They don't do crack. Crack is more like, you know, a lower income neighborhood kind of thing. Weed is most people don't even consider weed a drug. I Me personally, I would, only because it makes you like lazy and lethargic sometimes. Well, not lethargic, contempt. That's a better word. My bad. But even then, weed is still very normalized. So, yeah, I'm just gonna guess he did coke. So back to the story. He arrived home, still physically shaken and stuttering from the panic attack. His dad said that was a clear indication he was on something. His dad searched his body and his vehicle, found drugs, but found nothing. Or for drugs, but found nothing, of course, because he's not on drugs. Emphasis on the not. He's not on drugs. Anyways, my son was earnest, trying to convince me he was doing nothing wrong, and said, "I'll show you the receipt. And if you want to see the gift, I got you." I told him no. I believed him, and he didn't need to see evidence. And I didn't need to see evidence. His word was alone enough. So, I mean, the dad's still like the one to blame in this situation. I mean, his reasoning was that the son was like, stuttering and physically shaken. Like, I stutter sometimes. That doesn't mean I'm taking drugs. I haven't taken drugs. Physically shaken. If something traumatic happens, or if you have a panic attack, that happens. Maybe the dad just didn't know about the panic attack. I don't know. I had my son follow me to our room. I told my husband, "This crap needs to stop now. You're causing him major anxiety." We argued for a bit, and then I straight out said, "You act like you're perfect. What about all the drugs you did for 5 years? For 5 years when dated?" I'm assuming they meant when we dated. "What about the drugs I did that you gave me?" My husband completely flipped and said I had no right. Telling him about his struggle with addiction, my son honestly feels better knowing both his parents made mistakes too. And when we became responsible adults, just as he has done, my husband said I did him dirty, and now he's giving me a silent treatment. She is completely not the asshole in this situation. It's just the husband. I get where the husband's coming from, but then again, I mean, come on. Your son... drugs mess you up in the long run. So your son probably just had trauma, some kind of trauma with that, and that carries over and, whatnot. I mean, I'm not like trying to say doing drugs is a good thing, but I just wouldn't assume that he was on drugs in the first place if he's been clean for how many years? For 2.5 years. Because he was 3 years ago, he was on drugs for 6 months. So yeah, for 2.5 years he was clean. Why all of a sudden would he go back? Now the dad's just a hypocrite. I mean, if you've done, let's say you did crack for 10 years and your son does crack for 10 days and you get mad 3 years later. I mean, this is that situation. I think the dad had no right, but to each their own. This whatever. People are just crazy sometimes. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this video up. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe. I guess consider looking at my other channels. Why not? Yeah. Have a good day. Bye.